So you applied for promotion and you have rightfully earned your post in that office. And you're wondering, why is it that the pieces of the puzzle are still not coming together? Well, in this episode, we are going to discuss the 4 crucial soft skills for leaders that are guaranteed to sustain you in that office. Hi, my name is Nancy and welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first time stopping by, kindly consider subscribing and pressing the bell, and you will be notified every time I post a new video on matters leadership, professional growth, and career advancement. I'm happy to have you here. Soft skills are personal attributes that enable you to interact effectively with others. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to identify your unique strengths and know your weaknesses so that you can show up to work and at work more empowered. You ready? Let's dive in. So starting us off, we are going to look at personalized emotional intelligence beyond the corporate walls. This is the one skill that merges your emotions with the emotions of others. And you want to cultivate that inner awareness that is going to help you to interact easily with other people. So we're going to look at it from 4 different wavelengths, starting with self-awareness. This is the compass that is going to direct your interactions and decisions. And it simply means understanding your emotions and their impact on those around you. So it can show up as approachability, that warmth that invites people in, or credibility, where your actions and track record have set a foundation of trust and reliability. Or it can also show up as aspirations, where you set the bar so high and you keep challenging yourself and your team to attain those goals. You clearly understand your strengths and your weaknesses, and it's helping to keep you firmly grounded. But you also want to ask yourself, what are your emotional triggers and how does it affect your interactions with your colleagues? So the second aspect of personalized emotional intelligence is self-management. How well can you manage your emotions, especially in stressful situations? Are you able to stay composed enough to reassure those who are around you, even if you are scared yourself? On a scale of 1 to 10, how adaptable are you to handling crises? So you want to stay adaptable, you want to stay composed, you want to stay calm and positive, and stay committed to personal accountability. This brings us to the third aspect, which is social awareness, where you show up as a thermometer in different social settings. So you want to pick out accurately the emotions of those around you and then adapt accordingly. Social awareness is about picking out the verbal and the non-verbal cues, then demanding empathy of yourself towards others and use it as a guiding light to your leadership style. You want to ask yourself, what are they saying? What are they not saying? Does this behavior mean? What are they trying to communicate to me? And then to wrap it up is relationship management, that outward display of emotional intelligence where you build strong connections to collaborate with others. And the pro tip here is you want to use social awareness, which we have discussed, self-management and self-awareness to build these strong connections. So the second soft skill that you want to adopt as a leader is communication skills. Leaders are motivators. You are the engines, you are the steering wheels who must convey your message to your team members clearly. So you want to articulate the company vision with so much passion that it is going to inspire action in your colleagues. And this is going to require adaptability, being open to new ideas and new approaches. You want to be a chameleon, altering your tone, language, formality to suit your setting, whether it's a boardroom meeting or a pre-flight briefing or even a one-on-one with your colleague. You will equally require active listening to be an effective communicator. Great leaders are good listeners. Good listeners are learners. So if you aspire to take up a leadership position, active listening is a must-have. It is the soul of effective leadership. And this is where you want to ask yourself this question. Do I listen with the intention of understanding the problem? Or do I listen with the intention of giving my opinion? Or do I listen because it is required of my position? The way you answer this question is going to determine your posture in active listening. Because if you listen with the intention of understanding the problem, you will take a moment, you will take a step back, you will digest the information before you give an informed answer, before you give an informed opinion. But if you listen with the intention of giving your answer or just giving your opinion, you'll notice that you are present and absent in the conversation, which means that you will give half-baked information because you did not have the full picture. And if you listen because it's a requirement of your job, then you will just follow the script and do as per the requirement of the script. So to be an effective leader, you want to adopt listening with all your senses. You want to listen with your eyes, you want to listen with your ears, you want to listen with your mouth, and only offer suggestions when the other party feels seen and heard. This kind of attentiveness is what shows respect and value for others. And it's also the same thing that is going to foster openness and trust. You equally want to adopt transparency as a communication skill. This is where you tell the organization's truths as they are. When things are good, they are good. When things are not so good, they're not so good. When the organization is struggling financially, it is struggling financially. So what you want to do is to share the triumphs and the trials of the organization with your team members as a way of cultivating an element of ownership within the organization. Just endeavor to use the right vocabulary for the right audience so that the information, your message, is not lost in the vocabulary. At the end of the day, simplicity rules, especially when you want to break down complicated concepts that need immediate attention and action. You equally want to adopt inquisitiveness as a communication skill. This is just curiosity, which moves the attention from you to your audience. So you want to open the door to richer, meaningful dialogue. And this you're going to do by probing deeper with questions that are going to inspire reflection and critical thinking. For example, how do you think about this situation? What would you have done in such a situation? How do you think we should go about it? Those kinds of questions. And then you're going to sum it up with the proper body language as a communications tool. And this is the combination of gestures, expressions, posture that come in contact with your word of mouth and reinforces your sincerity and your message intent, the intent of your message. If you're getting value from this video, kindly leave me in the comments if you've had any light bulb moment or if there's anything that I have discussed up until now that has actually sparked something in you. I'd like to hear it in the comments, and I look forward to reading your messages and also getting back to you. The third soft skill that you want to adopt as a leader is people empowerment and performance enhancement. Rather than micromanaging, exceptional leaders are known to encourage their teams to exercise their autonomy. And this is just a matter of exposing them to their true potential. It's going to show up in different ways, like cultivating trust, that culture where reliability, integrity, and the assumption of good intentions are the norm, or providing candid feedback where you offer guidance that is truthful and constructive. It's meant to build rather than to tear down. You can equally empower people by exhibiting empathy, where you put yourself in other people's shoes. You show genuine concern for their well-being. You want to understand their challenges. You want to be on standby should they have any needs. You want to be responsive to their needs. You want to open the communications lines such that if there are ideas, if there are any concerns, the communications lines are open and the ideas can flow freely in both directions. And then you want to encourage a purpose-driven atmosphere where you help your team members to place meaning and context to their work, and you help them also to commit to personal and professional development. You want it to be clear that the advancement of individuals contributes to the strength of the organization, contributes to the strength of the team. This brings us to the fourth soft skill that you want to adopt as a leader, and this is delegation. Delegation, where you assign tasks to the right people and you trust them to bring it to completion. So you are going to encourage them to take initiative and make decisions by themselves. It's going to require emotional intelligence. Micromanagers might find this a challenge for fear of letting go. Are they going to follow instructions they were stipulated? Are they going to do it by the book? Are they going to do it my way? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? But at the end of the day, this boils down to your lack of trust in your team members. I'd say it's understandable if you are a new manager, but at the end of the day, it's very, very damaging for the morale of the team, for job satisfaction, and overall productivity. Just set up your staff with the right knowledge and skills to do the job, to get the job done, and then be on standby should your support be needed. This is not about dumping your job on others and then asking them to just get on with it. It's about offering them challenges and opportunities to grow. And if this is done well, if you do this well, you'll notice that everybody around you is empowered, but you also have time for yourself to address other matters that need your attention. So having looked at the above soft skills, you can tell if you are a head leader, if you're a heart leader, or if you're a hand leader, or even a combination of each. Whichever one it is, you just need to look at what motivates your decision making, and you'll know where your strength lies. And once you know it, you want to start sharpening it. You want to sharpen it and leading from that standpoint. If you feel like there's a part of you that struggles with the soft skills and it's probably standing in the way of you getting into a leadership role, or you are already in a leadership role but you're still struggling with your soft skills, this is something that I'd love to work on with you. I work on it with my clients and we go several layers deeper. So if it's something that you may be interested in, just fill a spot in my calendar link below. I'll get in touch with you. Then let's see if we are a fit for each other, and then we pick it up from there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.